Hi there, grade 11s. Okay, so this is the first video for your PAT Phase 1 2022. Please understand how important it is to work with your assessment rubric. This is your assessment rubric. I'm going to give this to you in your folder so that you can always refer back to it. So the reasoning behind this is that we only do what we get marks for. So you will see here they give you a point by point breakdown of what you get marks for. Okay. So let's just quickly go through these first 5 marks here. Suitable folder structure for all 3 phases. I will be giving this to you on the network when I see you again. And then you will have that mark automatically. All required work for phase 1 is presented in one single word processing document. That's that research report Word document. We are going to be doing everything for phase 1 in there. So you will have that mark as well. Then electronic or hard copies of all documents. When you give this, your work back to me to mark, that will be in electronic format. So you will have that. All documents organized into logical folder structure. That actually also ties in with this first mark. So you will have that mark. And meaningful folder structure and file names included. So this also, because I'm giving you all the documents you will have. Okay, so your first 5 marks are actually sorted. So now we're going to move on to the task definition. So it's important that you really do a bit of reading and research before we start doing the task definition, because you have to understand our topic well to make sure that you will get these marks. Okay, so now let's start with that. First, what is the current situation? Focus of the investigation, how you will go about the investigation, and the target audience. So we need to now go back to our research report. Okay, here's our Word document, research report. Before we start with the task definition, if you haven't done this yet, please just click on File, your File tab, go to Info. Under Info, there's a link to Properties, Advanced Properties, and you will see there is a name, place for the author. So please make sure you insert your name and surname there. And our topic is drone technology. And I gave you guys 2 options there. So you're either in media and communications or security and surveillance. Okay, so then you will just replace that. Okay, the rest is good. And you would say, okay, there we go. Then you can go back to your Word document and you will see automatically here your title and your author would be updated. Okay. Now, as I scroll to the task definition, I just also want you to make sure, you see there's a date problem there. So just remember to go to your file info properties and fix the date and the grade there as well. Grade 11, 2022. Okay, just make sure you do that. Then, like I was saying, as we scroll down now to our task definition, I would just quickly want to touch on the following. You have headings in your document. Why am I struggling now? That are there for future, okay? This is for phase 3. We are not going to be working on the table of contents, the introduction, at this stage. You will see that there's many other headings that we're also not going to be working on at this stage. We start now with the task definition. That's what they require from us according to the assessment rubric. So we only do what we get marks for in phase 1. So we are here now at the task definition. And you will see that I've inserted some subheadings in here for you to help. Okay. You need to take this out because you can't have in your research report instructions for task definition. So you take that out. That's just me telling you that these questions are a guideline for you to create your task definition. Okay, so the first thing we need is the current situation. So depending on the focus of your investigation, and that's why I wanted us to just focus our attention all on one thing so that I can help you, is we're doing drone technology and then either security and surveillance or media. Remember that media can include videography, advertising, I'm thinking of wedding videos and things like that as well. And even photography, right? So drone technology can also be used for photography. You can get the layout of things. So those things are also included. So I think it's clever to just focus your attention on one specific area, but you do have a little bit of leeway there. So the current situation is that, let's say in media and communications, we can say something like drone technology is being used more often in many different areas. The world of media, and then you can now maybe decide just what specifically would also like to mention here. Is it journalism? Is it videography? Is it advertising? You can now specify there. So I'm going to take that out. I want you to put your own thing in there. And then I want you to just fill in the rest yourself so that we don't all have the same bat. So the world of media is evolving, and drone technology is being used more often to improve the quality and reduce the risks in certain situations in these areas. So you can maybe say something like that. Please make sure you don't mention solutions to a problem, or you go too far here. Just say the current situation, drone technology is evolving, we're using drone technology more often, something like that, and we can use drone technology to improve our quality of work, reduce the risk. Just stick to that for the current situation. Okay, so I would suggest that you would pause the video there and now just in your own time, finish up your paragraph for the current situation. Right. Then when you're done with that, we go to the focus of the investigation. Here we can maybe say, I am going to focus my research on finding out how drone technology can be used, and again, I'm going to let you fill in the rest there yourself, used to improve the quality of work, reduce the risk. If you are going with security and surveillance, you might say improve security measures. If you've done now a bit of research on surveillance and how they use drone technology in surveillance, you can specifically mention things around that as well. But you need to say what the focus and the purpose, what is the reason why we're doing. The reason why we're doing this research is to see how the area that we are focusing on can improve. So whether it's the risks and or the quality of the work, getting a different perspective on things can be improved in certain areas. Always remember that we are going to basically present these findings to someone, and we're going to get to our target audience now. So in this section, try and ask yourself, what is the point of this? If you are going to take all of this research to someone now, it's for a purpose. That purpose would be, maybe you have a group of journalists and you want to give them this report of how they can use drone technology to improve their work, whether it's, like I said, once again, reduce the risks that they have to take personally, or improve the quality of their videos or pictures, getting a unique perspective on things. This is what you're going to present to that group, right? Again, I suggest you maybe just pause your video there, finish up your paragraph, make sure you have everything, and then continue with the next section. Right. In this next section, we are actually going to use the PowerPoint presentation that I've saved for you in your work. Let me just get that open for you. You can also use this to maybe assist you. The other sections, I mean, for your task definition. But specifically under that heading, we are now going to literally, I'm on slide 4, as you can see, copy everything in this, not the heading as well, just this, directly copy, go back to your Word document and paste under how I will go about completing the PAT. Please make sure to just now change this font so that it suits the rest of your document. So I will go here and check. I've got Calibri 9 here. So I'm also just going to leave this Calibri 11 or so. And I'm just going to put everything next to the margin there. Okay, let me just undo. Sorry about this. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to waste time on the video for that now, but just check that you maybe put your bullets against the margin so that it's neat and professional looking. And then the other slide that you also need to copy under this section for that 1 mark is slide 6. Slide 6, also again in this section, not the heading. From I will use the following Microsoft programs up to present my findings. I'm going to copy this text, go back to my Word document and paste over here. And again, please just make sure that you change the font to a more suitable size so that it doesn't look like you copied everything from me. All right, and then the last thing for this task definition section for the mark is the target audience. So I touched on this a little bit earlier, and I just want you to make sure that your target audience is quite specific. All right. So who are you going to present these findings for? And it really must be, it has to make sense. So if I'm doing my investigation on security and surveillance, am I going to ask to see the police officers at my local police station and give a presentation on how drone technology can improve their work? Am I going to target local security companies in my area, private security companies? You know how many there are of those these days, and present my findings to them. If I'm in media, am I going to target videographers, you know, people who do weddings or advertising in my area and present my findings to them? So now you really have to decide the very specific focus of this investigation so that your target audience suits the type of research you're going to do. So I'm going to say here, my target, or let's rather say, I will present my findings to journalists in my community, or local security companies, or police station, or whatever. So you just need to decide there what exactly you are going to choose as your target audience. Okay. I'm only going to still talk about the focus question in this video, and then I'm going to stop and do the rest in the next video. So your focus question is actually now the one big question. If we go back to the assessment rubric here, you will see that the focus question is for 3 marks, 1 small sentence for 3 marks. Appropriately changed and adapted from the one provided. This means now there's one in your document that we looked at, you know, your PAT document, right? So includes the focus area. That will now be media and communications or security and surveillance, depending on which one you picked, and clearly reflects the focus of the investigation. So I'm just quickly going to see if I can find that main question, but let's quickly just do one for argument's sake. I'll just tweak it if it's necessary. Okay, so how can drone technology be used to, and now you have to fill in your focus area there. You can either say to reduce the risks of people in broadcasting, journalists, something like that, or be used to improve the quality of work for videographers or advertisers or advertising companies, or how can drone technology be used to improve the quality of work in security. You have to have that mention specifically of which area you picked. And it's all about how drone technology can benefit the area that you picked. So you need to finish that sentence up. Remember to finish with a question mark. Okay, so that's the first few marks of your PAT phase 1. And I will be posting the second video as soon as possible. Good luck, guys.